welcome back to Sanchez VB. This is Coach Frederick, the head coach here, because it's just me. And we have today another episode of What Not to Do. And this time as a setter, or whichever is going to take that second ball after the serve. Let's go through the outline. We have items before the point, before the game, before the point, as the ball is being served, coming to you. Then as before setting, before and during, after the set, and after the point. We will dive deep into examples with my homegrown tool, where the offense is on the bottom and the defense with the blocker and the defender is on the top. So let's get to it. The first item is before the game. Before the game, what not to do is to forget and ask what kind of sets does your partner want. Sure, if you play with the same guy or same group of guys, you may not need to ask that question, but if you're gonna ask one question with somebody you're not used to play with, whether you know him or not, you might want to confirm what sets he wants, what's his expectation. Also, if there's any differences for the left side or the right side, because inevitably at some point in the game you'll be attacking from the other side. And then you can even add in transition if there's anything differently. But that might be advanced and might overwhelm a lot of people. So you need to gauge what level you're at and see if someone, the other guy, can take it. Okay, next is before the point. What not to do is to forget to decide who takes middle. As usual, who takes middle is by default whoever is more in the diagonal of the server, but other factors might play in, like if the server never serves the hard line, or if there's a crosswind pushing the ball back to the other guy. That might be some reasons not to go that way. And as usual, anyone, not just the setter, not what he should not do is to say my call or your call. I've already touched on that in another episode, but for those who haven't seen, it's anyone has the right to call anything. There is no such thing as only one player can decide. Anyone can decide. So don't use the my call. It's always my middle, your middle, and then as soon as the serve or the ball is coming, there's some information about that ball, someone has to call it my ball or even your ball, and play the point from there. Okay, what is next? Let's see. During the serve. So during the serve, if assuming you're the setter, the other guy is going to be the passer. So let's go back to the app, and if the ball is, let's just say it's somewhere in the middle, but somebody made that call that it was his ball. Well, maybe you also were creeping up toward the middle, and because we hadn't decided whose ball it is yet, Um, but at some point, it's decided that this guy is taking the ball. So um, not only you should not stay like close by, you should step away and start engaging into setting a step or two, and also depending on how deep the serve is. Um, my rule of thumb is if the ball is higher than the passer's shoulder height, um, then don't engage at all, because uh, odds are it is fairly decent odds the ball will be shanked and go backward. Obviously, the higher level you play, the less true that is. The lower level, the more true. Um, and then anything below the shoulder height, you can engage. Now, um, don't go full force to the net before he passes the ball, but two steps somewhere there, and start angling your body to if you're the right side to your left, so more towards the where the action is going to happen, uh, and um, and essentially show him that yes, you're ready to set, so he's ready to pass. It's very clear, and we can start the offense. What's the next point? Yeah, it's already discussed. Delay going uh, toward the ball and the net. So this is really go. Let me reword this: going forward in the most cases. Um, okay. The next point is in after the pass, really, and it's not just set. So what not to do as a setter at that time of the point? What not to do as a setter is to not scope the court and miss a potential easy point, because you could just go on two, whether you can hit it or just contact it from the ground, because there's you have scoped some open space. Let's just say that the server is so happy with his serve and is just like admiring it and hasn't really moved from his serving location. And let's just go extreme. You see sometimes blocker start the point at an extreme end of the net. Well, in that case, you're here, you're seeing those two guys, in this case to your right side. Um, well, why wouldn't you go to that ball and then send it somewhere there? You don't even need to jump. Of course, that's an extreme case, and at high level you won't have that kind of open space. Let me go back to a full screen almost on the app, so now you can see. Why wouldn't you take that space? Let me do more free drawing, something like this. Um, Even if the blocker starts moving to you, you can maybe even send it this way. So um, that is something you need to do as a two ball, second ball player. Is there any opportunities there? Okay, what's the next point? Um, okay, misreading the opposing team's positioning to set up your partner for an advantage. Okay, maybe before that, I will add that point. Yeah, let's add that point and miss um, scoping your partner, your partner's upcoming approach, and that will be read. Okay, so let me erase all this. Beep, beep, erase, remove that, and for a given pass, um, there are many different ways it will end up playing out. What if your your partner has tripped on the wave in a pothole. What if he's taking an extreme, he goes all the way because he wants to hit a cut shot? And what if he just lines up to you because maybe he's a lefty? And you play with two lefties, might end up playing that like this. Either way, that will change where you should send that set to. You will not set the same way. So if you're here, let's see, I will attach, and that would be the end location of the set. If your partner is here, you might want to set straight in front like this. But now if the partner starts his approach there, maybe he wants a set to go somewhere here. So if you fail to recognize what approach is he taking, then you will not deliver the best set. So you need to be aware of what your partner is doing. What is the next point? Misreading the opposing team positioning. What is this? Yep. Okay, so that would be if let's just say that I'll take an easy example. The server is still playing deep, hasn't really crept up in the court, at least not, maybe is a bit late. Even if the blocker is good, then maybe here's one play. If you give a low set, and you can tell him that it's a low, even if the other team hears it, low, and then cut, tell him to drop it or cut it. Then if the server is too deep or defender is too deep, you can have him send the ball here. Once he's about to hit, you can force a play because you've recognized that this guy is nowhere near going to be able to get anything short. Maybe you can force that kind of play. Another example would be if the blocker is late. Blocker was trying to guard a potential two ball maybe, and it's still on you. He's still on you. So assuming the setter, your partner, the attacker, has an option to hit, let me exaggerate the approach here. Let's say that would be his preferred approach, somewhere there. Well, maybe you can force the play to push it a little further out. And that, of course, would come with time and understanding each other. But at this point, it's not a massive stretch for the attacker to re-angle himself or reposition himself, but maybe a bit of both, to end up hitting this ball. And maybe if the ball is there, the blocker, and I'm sorry, I mean not in the best way. Okay, let me rephrase this. Let me re-demonstrate. So maybe the attacker wanted this approach. Okay, that might be the ideal play. But you recognize that the blocker is still on you, and you can definitely push that set faster than he can travel. So if you exaggerate that play, then it might not be a massive stretch for the hitter to connect here. And maybe the blocker will be late, and now you can either have your attacker, no, you want to go the other way around, either tool him or do a sneaky play that the block cannot contest. Like if the blocker, if you can do a sneaky play, that blocker will be too late to guard that line. And of course, if he was supposed to block two, then the setter should see that the defender might have moved to the line. But either way, then if you see that, of course, you can just say cross, 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 and that would be a free point. But it started with the advantage here was that the blocker wasn't going to be a big factor. Okay, next point. Next point. Oh yeah, no. Next point is here to miss the chance to disguise a sneaky set on two. Let's go back to the app and remove that free draw, and let's go. It is really extreme, so we won't go that far out. But let's just say this would be, and let's go back to blocking line. At least the defender should not be line yet. Okay, so if that would be the standard, that is the standard play somewhere here. But the blocker is already committed to not do anything about the setter. Well, then what? What are you supposed to do? I will definitely try to exploit that and then send the ball here. And if the defender, I see him creeping up to that cut, then maybe I can send the ball the other way. So it starts with recognizing that in this case the blocker is already committed to the hitter or the third ball play and opening a lot of space. Now again, that's something the setter should not forget. Should not forget to exploit and get a lot of free points and anger a lot of people. And if you anger them, then not only you got the point, well, you'll end up getting more. It's their problem, not yours. Reset and erase. Okay, what is the next point? The next point is after the set. After the set. Well, the thing you should not forget to do is to give a call. So give the call. What's the open space on the other side? I know it sounds obvious, sounds silly. A lot of people will either not give a call or give some silly calls like one. Yeah, one. Yeah, okay. There's a blocker, but tell me what's open. Or here's my favorite. They. Oh, I don't need this. Here's another call. It's actually not fitting here, but it's the pass is at the net, and the guy says option. No shit, dude, option. I knew that. How about you tell me what's open? Okay. What is the next point? And by the way, excuse my French. Forget to cover if there is a block. Yes, so of course after the set, especially if there's a big block, you want to be ready to get under it. Of course, not in your partner's approach way. Get under it and extend your arm and be ready to defend a potential block and recycle the ball. Okay, the next point is okay. That is a little bit more advanced and a little further into the place. So, if somehow, let's just say, no, we want this. Let's just say the ball went through, and then the defender sends the ball back on one. You should have a split second. So, by the way, the heater is on here anymore. Is at the net. Heater is at the net. Something like this. And you probably both have turned toward the ball at this point. And if, let's say, the ball goes back on one, no, not from a block, but from away, well, um, it's most likely your call to decide who takes the ball. Obviously, if it's somewhere there, then it has to be your partner, and just about anywhere else, you would have to take it. Um, but you have time because the ball's coming from far, so you'll have time to go chase it down and make a play. Okay, and now if, so that would be a back on one ball, quick decision needs to be made on how we keep the point going. If they are building a play, so they get a defender, they get a dig, then depending on where the play is going, you make that call to decide who's blocker. Sure, there might be one of you who's the designated blocker, and then often you have time to do either this or that. But sometimes no one is the designated blocker because you guys split block. And you as the setter here, further away from the net, further away and seeing everything, the ball, the other team, your partner, he sees that the ball, the other team, but he may not see you because you're behind. It's this person needs to make that call, who's the next blocker. And one day I'll make a video on this very situation, the transition play back to defense. But you need to make the call. I can go deep onto what's happening and what should you take away. But you make that call, who's the blocker. And it's okay to confirm. If this guy is the natural blocker of the team, it's okay to confirm it. Go block, go block, go block. Rather than just say nothing, and he waits for you to make a move, and then nobody has moved, and then the other team's building their offense, and we're still out of position. Okay, and then we have after the point. Well, here's what you should not do. You should never ask for feedback. Is that a good set? I guess the only time I may not ask if the guy was able to hit the boop out of the ball, then I know, and it's in, because of course if he hits it 20 feet out, then maybe it wasn't a good set. Now, in that case, side note, if somebody chooses to bang a ball hard and hit 20 feet out, and then complain about the set, I say that's on him. He should have made a roll shot. That may be a situation I've experienced in the past. Anyway, so yes, you want to ask feedback. Was the set okay? Was it too tight? Was it too far? Was it too low, too high? Too far out of the approach? Because let's go back here. Let's see, and let me show the approach. Okay, so even if he can bang it, but that would have been the preferred approach, he had to move slightly out of position. He may let you know, and then in this case you may even let him know, like, you know what, I knew it, but then I exaggerated so that the block would be late. There's all kind of discussion, fun discussion that can happen. But yeah, if genuinely you could have set the ball a little too far in, and you would have preferred a little further out based on his approach or preferences. So ask for that feedback. And then what a setter should not do is to forget to provide new insights. I'll give a classical example is, let's see, no, I will not give the same one, give another one. Maybe our hitter isn't super tall, and then our blocker wants to disguise a late peel, but then the late peel only goes to here. Okay, so if you don't, it might seem obvious, but say, hey, he's gonna be late. He's not gonna cover much ground. Deep corner is the default play now. That might be some new insights. Default standard. Not saying do it next time. Just say by default, if you have nothing else, that might be a good option. So I think that's it. We only did 25 minutes. Um, Also because some of those topics might have been covered in other episodes. Um, Feel free to add comments, like, subscribe, send me your millions, and don't forget to play volleyball as a chess game. Thank you.